Hi folks, I'm Dewey Lucero and this is the video blog of All of Fantastic. But anyways, the fruit is looking really as oil can get. The best time to taste extra virgin olive oil. So here we go. Hi folks, I'm Dewey and this is the video blog of All of Fantastic. This is episode number 6 and 4th in a series of tasting Olio Nuovos. Today's a special day. We're going to be tasting Olio Nuovo from California Olive Ranch, the biggest olive oil producer in California and the United States. This is their limited reserve and their version of Olio Nuovo. So before we get started, I've had a couple questions. One big one has been is if I'm working for or affiliated with any of the olive oil companies that I'm tasting on my show. And the answer is no. I do not work for or am affiliated with any of them. The only company that I represent, that I own, is All of Fantastic. So everything that you see on my blog, all the comments that I make about tasting the oil is all from me, from my taste buds. All of Fantastic. The other question I've been getting is, how quickly do I need to consume Olio Nuovo? And it's a really good question because you really need to be consuming it as quickly as possible. So most of the oils that I'm tasting now are or have been produced in October, November, December. And we have basically 4 months to consume the oil and still have it taste good. After that point, the oil is still going to be just fine, okay for you to consume. It's just going to start to lose some of the flavor, that freshness that it had when it was first made. Now the other thing that happens with Olio Nuovo is typically it's bottled right away from being crushed, being turned into olive oil. So there's a lot of sediment in these bottles of olive oil that you're going to be getting, and that sediment's going to drop to the bottom of your bottle. And in this bottle, I'm looking at it, this top portion is all clear. I can actually see through the bottle. But there's a lot of sediment that started to collect at the bottom of this bottle. So that sediment, it's fresh fruit. Essentially, it's just been ground up, but it made it into the bottle. And that'll start to go bad, and that'll make the rest of your olive oil taste bad. So the quicker you consume the oil, the better it's going to be in terms of flavor, freshness, health-wise, all those reasons that you bought the oil. Now the oil probably will last a good 6-8 months and be just fine for you. It's just going to start to not taste good. And again, it's because the sediment at the bottom of your bottle. Olio Nuovo is meant to be consumed quickly and as soon or as close to the harvest date as possible. So there you go. Oh, one other thing, I'm starting to taste oil in it's actually plastic, but this is a wine glass. And the reason I really like this is one, it's plastic, so I can quickly heat it up in my hand when it's a little cool out, so I can smell it and taste it better. The other reason is because I can really get my nose down in there and I can smell the oil a lot better. And then the third reason is because I've had a lot of people ask about the color of olive oil. They want to see what the color is, which is perfectly fine. I'm interested in that too. I really like the idea, so that's why I'm doing this. Now the only thing is remember, do not judge an oil by its color. That's one thing a lot of people will do. If it's really yellow or very green, they'll start to think that it's going to taste a certain way, and that's not true. You really have got to taste the oil to know what it's going to taste like. That said, I do think the color is fun to look at, so I'll be showing you guys the color. All right, so let's get started in tasting. First, let me show you. I got a really good piece of marketing, a couple of good pieces of marketing material when I got the shipment from California Olive Ranch. So let me show you that. And they sent me a letter. It was addressed to me, my name, little exclamation mark there on the end. Thank you, Renee. Like that. Inside of it was a nice letter. Of course, not everybody can have printed letters, but this is pretty cool. Great piece of marketing. Great material here. And there's just a little note in here. It says, enjoy these bottles of olive oil. It tells me that it was blended by their head miller, who's Bob Singletary. And Bob is really a pioneer in the California olive industry. Great guy, really fun to talk to, and has been doing this a long time. And actually, he was one of the first millers that ever milled oil for me over 10 years ago. So Very neat guy, Bob Singletary. And he's blended this oil with Arbequina and Cornici. So it's different every year, and that's the selection this year. Arbequina and Cornici, 2 varieties I really like, common in California. So better. And the piece that I think everybody should have when they do an Olio Nuovo and send this out in every single shipment, whether it's retail or wholesale, is a letter that explains why it's special, Olio Nuovo, the health benefits, how it's going to taste, this year's blend, what makes it unique and special, all those things right here. Great piece of material, all of it. Really good. Okay, let's go. Do some tasting here. I'm going to fill it up a good amount so we can take a look at the color. All right, so color, I'm going to get this up close so you guys can see it. It's got a great green hue, slightly yellow. Good color, it's clear, it's not very cloudy. This bottle probably has had some time to sit. I can see the sediment here at the bottom, and it's starting to kind of kick up into the oil as I've moved it around a little bit, but definitely sediment in the bottom. So let's start to warm this up. Got my hand on the bottom, warming it. I'm cupping the top so it keeps all those aromas trapped in there. I'm gonna smell it. Right on, Bob in California Olive Ranch. Nice oil. Of course, I mean, with Olio Nuovo, you get a lot of that olive fruit right off the bat, but I'm getting really interesting sweet tropical notes of like guava and papaya mixed together there. Delicate, light guava papaya. And of course, with Arbequina, you get all those notes of really sweet hay, red apple. I get a lot of ripe red apple versus a crispy red apple. It's a ripe red apple. But I'm going to venture to say really interesting tropical notes. Guava, papaya. That's what's on my mind. Really nice. I'm anxious to taste it. Let's go and do that. Nice little pepper kick on the end. That is nice. It was surprisingly clean in my mouth. And I was kind of waiting for that kick. It took a second, but that's really nice. And that the pepper, that tingle on the back of my throat is just so clean. It's almost giving off a little bit of a flavor and taste of fresh cinnamon. Really nice. I'm still getting a lot of that guava papaya tropical flavor, which is great. The Arbequina gives off, really strong notes of sweet hay, not just hay, but sweet hay, green hay. And I'm getting a lot of that red, sweet, or ripe red apple. Really nice oil, and I'm suspecting that Cornici is really helping to bump it up a notch with that robustness on the back end of it, which is really nice. You know what, as far as bitterness goes, not a lot of bitterness, and that really helps to bring up the fruity components of the oil. And in this oil, I think that's why I'm starting to get some of the guava papaya notes, which is great. And overall, I probably rank the intensity out of 1 to 3, probably between a 1 to 2. Gosh, great oil, well balanced, clean in the mouth, and already pretty much out of my mouth now, leaving behind just a little bit of that fruitiness. So great oil, guys. Nice job, California Olive Ranch and Bob. If you guys would like to experience this oil for yourself, grab some at their website. It's californiaoliveranch.com. If you'd like to have your olive oil featured, and I'm starting to move into just straight extra virgin olive oils because we're veering away from Olio Nuovo season, send me your oil. I'll taste it. I'll feature it on the show. You can email me at dewey@olivefantastic.com. You can also check out my blog. It's olivefantastic.com. And I really enjoyed tasting all these oils. I'm looking forward to tasting more. I want to thank you for joining me, and I hope you come back for more. Did we get everything? What did we forget? Oh, that's right. Okay, hold on. So along with my package came a great piece that I get to wear now on my barbecuing adventures. Has a great logo on the side, a little California Olive Ranch apron, and Farmer Brown. Nice job, guys. Thank you, I appreciate that. In episode number 6 of the video blog of Olive Fantastic, we're tasting olive oil. In episode number 6 of the video blog of Olive Fantastic, in episode number